It's no surprise that the sports card industry is going through a renaissance right now. We're seeing prices go up 3 to 4x just in the last couple months. But the big question is this the new norm? Or is this bubble about to burst just like, well, pretty much everything that has gone through growth like this? In this video, I'll share with you both sides of the argument and my perspective as a certified finance coach and someone that invests actively in real estate and in the stock market. Plus, I'll share with you my strategy going forward to make sure that no matter what happens, I'll be in a good spot and so will you. Let's dive in. Let's start with reasons why we are not in a bubble. And it starts with people love sports cards. It's been around since the 1800s. Kids love collecting little cards, little pictures of their favorite athletes, and people my age, when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you want to do everything you can to rekindle your childhood. That means I listen to Hanson and Spice Girls and Hootie and the Blowfish, and I look at sports cards and Disney movies and everything like that. Nostalgia will never go away. When you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you always want to go back in time, at least in your mind, because it's been so long since you've had those moments, and a childhood is so magical. So anything that captures that is something that will always have sticking power. Plus, as a kid, you always want that excitement of opening a pack, opening a present, and seeing what's inside, especially when it's a mystery. Second of all, people love strategy and gambling. When you can combine the two of them, you are onto something special. Think of fantasy football, how it's exploded. When there's money on the line, people get even more excited about it. When you play poker, it's not that exciting. When there's money on the line, or when it's strip poker, hey, everyone's paying attention. When you're an adult, you can't just do things normally. You gotta put money on the line. You gotta do something that's exciting because you're not a kid anymore. And as a kid, just the game was exciting enough, but as an adult, a lot of times you need something just to spice it up and make it a bit more interesting. Third of all, we love sports, and any excuse to watch more sports we'll take. And the idea of being able to watch NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs and the football season and make money from it versus lose money or just break even excites the hell out of me, and it excites the hell out of millions of other people. The idea that I need to watch this game. Tell my girlfriend, hey, honey, I can't be available Sunday because I need to watch the NFL so I can invest and make money and look at it like work instead of play. Sounds like the coolest thing in the world. Now, we'll see if it actually works, but the point is that when you could tie watching sports into making money, you're onto something magical, because no guy in this country or in the world does not want an extra excuse to watch sports, especially when you're going to make money from it. Those are the reasons why we are not in a bubble. Now let's go over the reasons why we are. For one, the numbers are going up at incredible levels. We're seeing cards go up at 3 times the price, 4 times, 5 times the price, and that's just unsustainable. It doesn't matter like what industry, if it's cannabis, if it's a real estate, if it's stocks, that type of growth is unsustainable and it just screams bubble. Second of all, there's a lot of hype around sports cards. When you hear Gary Vaynerchuk talk about how certain sports cards like LeBron rookie cards or Jordan rookie cards he bought have gone up 3x, 4x, you get a lot of people with their eyes wide open jumping into the industry because they want to make a quick buck. They want to get in on the action. So there is this gold rush moment right now where people are flocking to it, which means they're after the hype, not after the actual hobby, not after something that's far more meaningful than just a quick buck. So there is hype, and it's hard to decipher how much hype is in here in this industry now versus how much staying power it has. Another thing to consider is that when prices go up and people can flip cards for twice the profit, they tell their friends and their friends get in, and then they do it, and then they do it, and then everyone jumps in, and it just inflates the whole market, and word spreads a lot quicker when all of a sudden, hey, I just made double the amount on this one rookie card. I just doubled my money here. I made triple my money here. You get a lot of people in, and they're just following hype, and so they're paying whatever price for whatever card, thinking, let me flip it, and it'll keep going up. And that is a bubble, that is unsustainable, and that's what I'm seeing right now. Number 3, novelty. This is new, and a lot of people getting into this right now are in it because it's new and exciting, and they are the same people that were in Bitcoin a couple of years ago. They're going to be in whatever's next, cyber something, CBD, cyber, acai bowl, whatever stuff. When it's new, people are excited. That's just how it works. When we go on vacation, it's a new place, we're excited. When we go out to a club we've never been to before, we get excited. We are attracted to novelty, and right now, so many people are in for the first time, just like myself, except for being a kid, that the novelty is there. And even the first month of doing this, I was so overwhelmed by the excitement of getting back into something that was like bringing a jolt to my body. But when that jolt fades, when people start getting into the rhythm of how this business works, it's not as exciting anymore, so they'll leave. How many people are in it for the long haul versus just that novelty? We'll see, but that all adds to the bubble. Number 4, there is a lack of alternatives. In this damn quarantine, we have nothing to do but watch TV and buy stuff online. There's a reason why Amazon was hiring 100,000 more employees and UPS was hiring a bunch of people for deliveries. It's because we can't go out to restaurants. We can't go on vacation. We can't just go out and do things we normally would. And on the sports end, we can't actually watch sports. There's no sports going on. That's why the NFL draft reported record-breaking numbers of viewership for the first round, because we are flocking to anything sports. So when you add, well, there's hype around sports cards, people are making money on sports cards, everyone else has been laid off and furloughed, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna look into sports cards. But when things go back to normal, how many of these people are going to go to fantasy football or are going to go to just regular gambling or won't have jobs and can't do any of this, or they'll just go on vacation or to restaurants or anything they were doing before? We are seeing a lot more attention in sports cards because there's just not anything else we can do. So when you combine the attention sports cards are getting, the profit people are making, the lack of alternatives, and the fact that so many people are out of work and they are just glued to the internet or TV, yeah, we are in a bubble, in my opinion. That does not mean that this industry is not going to grow beyond this. But with all these factors and unknowns at play, I believe we are in a moment right now where things are going to cool off in the next couple months when things go back to normal. Personally, I feel like there are so many factors at play, so many unknowns in the economy, in the industry. We don't know who's going to lose homes and what businesses are going to close. And so much is going to be unfolding in the next couple months that I don't want to be the one that is taking big risks on players that are unproven or just only have a year or two of stats. Like Zion and Luka and these guys, yeah, they may be the next Jordans and LeBrons and Kobes, but personally, I'd rather invest in Kobe and LeBron and these guys that will weather any storm, and in 5 or 10 years, I'll be good. Worst case scenario, I still am investing in the proven guys with upside versus the guys that are super hot right now, that their numbers might be, their sales might be inflated because there are a lot of younger kids getting in that are just paying whatever exorbitant amounts for their rookie cards and throwing it on an Amex card. I'm not going to do that. I got to see what's going to unfold. And remember, when it comes to investing in any realm, buy low, sell high. Now, we never know what is truly low and what is truly high until we are further ahead in time and in the future, but we got to use the hints that we have. And right now, I'm seeing too many high spikes in prices to believe that we are in a time to buy low. So I'd rather take a lower risk approach. What do you think? Are we in a bubble or are we not? Again, I think we're in a bubble, but overall we'll be fine. I'm just gonna play it safe. Let me know in the comment section below. Watch my next video and see you later.